Everything is good until it's not, and everything works until it doesn't. This is No Singular Solutions. Welcome to the No Singular Solutions podcast. My name is Joshua Hoyt, and I believe that no matter what you've been through, you can still achieve greatness and help others along the way. My mission is to inspire others to aspire to go out and change the world. So I created this podcast to help you with your self-awareness, your self-discovery, so that you can be the best version of yourself and help others along the way. This podcast is for anyone who wants to be a better version of themselves. You might just need a pick-me-up, maybe even a swift kick in the butt. Either way, I'm going to give you that. This podcast is also for anyone who wants to have a greater impact. Whether you're looking to excel in life, be great, you want to improve in business, or you just want to learn how to be authentically impactful, I'm here to help you in your journey. So first, I want to express my gratitude to you for choosing to listen to me. You know, there are so many amazing choices available, and I'm especially appreciative that you have chosen me to be part of your day. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This first episode is about attitude, and we're going to get into it. To be most effective for others, we need to first be effective for ourselves. You know, society's crazy right now. We're living in a time when many of us are struggling with mental health. Adults, kids, seems like everyone. We're struggling with our identity, who we really are, and how we show up every day. The one question that I continue to ask myself is, why? Why do we struggle? Why are so many people struggling to talk about their mental health? Why are so many refusing to be vulnerable? Why do we keep everything to ourselves? We lock it up in our head, and we make it so damn hard on ourselves. Now, thinking back years ago, I had a sales trainer and a mentor. His name was Kevin Foster. He said one of the most profound things that I've ever heard, and I still reference this only every day. He said, in the absence of information, we make things up in our head, and it screws us into the ground because it's never good. Now, think about that. In the absence of information, we make things up in our head and it screws us into the ground. Why do we make it up? And why is it always bad? You know, when you wake up in the morning, before your feet even hit the floor, you've already told yourself whether today is going to be amazing or if today's going to suck. Your decision has already been made. Let that really sink in. Have you ever sat there and thought about the difference between maybe a Thursday night when you have to work the next morning or a Friday or Saturday night when you have the next day off? You might go to bed at the same time. You might wake up at the same time. But there's this feeling within ourselves that when we know the following day is off, we always feel a little bit better. But when we know we have to go back to work, we start grinding on ourselves. Oh, tomorrow's going to suck. I got to deal with so-and-so again, whatever it may be. You've already told yourself that it's going to be a long day. It's going to be the same old grind. We do an incredible job of telling ourselves the bad, and we do an incredibly horrible job of telling ourselves the good. Every one of us has that friend. Maybe we have a few of them, but we have that friend that's always talking about the end of the world. They just watched the news story, they just read the article, and they can't stop but tell you about how bad it is. You know who I'm talking about, because we all have them. They are constantly complaining. They take in and they project out. They hate their job, so they tell you about it all the time. They hate their neighbors, so they tell you about it all the time. They're taking in and they're projecting out. We need to be careful. We need to be careful with who we surround ourselves with and what we take in. We also need to be better. we need to be better for ourselves. We need to be better for our kids, better for our family, better for our friends. And most importantly, we need to be better for society. I try to find my strength to remain positive by continuing to put into other people. I am consistently trying to do as much as I can for others. It fills my soul. It keeps my head in a good place. It just all around makes me feel good. My entire life and all the volunteerism I've done, all the times I've been working alongside someone, community outreach, whatever it may be, I've never had someone come up and say, that was terrible, or thank God it's them and not me. You can't but not be positive when you're putting into others. When you're doing it as authentically as you can, it's even more fulfilling. This all starts with your attitude. Your attitude is the one thing that is completely within your control. There's no exceptions. Your attitude is your choice. How you show up, how you feel about yourself, how you project onto others, that's your attitude. And your attitude is your choice. You and your attitude are affected by so many things, and you don't even realize it. There are surroundings, there's news, there's TV, there's print, social circle, your work environment, where you choose to spend your money, where you choose to spend your time, you're constantly absorbing. You're absorbing everything that happens around you. Put yourself in bad circles, you have a bad attitude. Put yourself around negative people, you're going to be negative. And we used to tell our kids this, run with the wrong crowd, get in trouble. But as adults, we suck at applying this to ourselves. Your attitude is affected by how you see yourself. Do you tell yourself that you're not smart enough? And do you look in the mirror and say, oh, I don't like what I see. You look terrible. That's a bad outfit. My hair looks like crap. Whatever it may be. You're sitting there reinforcing all of these negative things into yourself. You're just going to walk out the door and turn into a ray of sunshine? No. You're going to spend the entire day being miserable because you see yourself as miserable. And guess what? Your attitude is going to reflect how you see yourself, and it projects onto others. We see it in social media. Go to any city's community page. What do you see? Dumpster fire. Somebody's going in, complaining about the thing, complaining about somebody else, rather than just addressing the problem. They're there to get the reinforcement from like-minded people. Oh, here's the statement you see the most often. Don't you think so? So they'll start off with the blah, 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 this sucks. Don't you think so? They're seeking affirmation from their negative attitude. It makes them feel better. It puts them in circles with like-minded people. It is incredibly toxic, and it will drag you down. Part of it is you can't but laugh, right? You look at some of it and you go, seriously? Like, that's how you want to spend your time? I mean, did you leave work early, drive home faster just to get on a social media community page so you could sit there and churn the dumpster fire? It's disgusting, but we're doing it to ourselves. Your attitude is also affected by your intake. Everything that you read, everything that you watch, everything that you listen to is affecting your attitude. It turns into what you believe. It's that whole thing, you tell your lie, or you tell yourself a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. Nowhere in there did it say it was a good lie or a bad lie. If you continue to tell yourself things are negative over and over and over and over again, you're going to be negative. Your attitude is going to suck. And then everything else that you try and do is going to suck. And it starts with your attitude. I don't like watching the news because 90% of it's bad. So I don't. And if I turn something on and it all of a sudden becomes more and more bad, I just turn it off. We have to start controlling what we take in. That's where we start. Control what you take in. This is how you are going to take control of your life. And trust me, your mental health will thank you. You need to define who you want to be on your best day. What do I want to look like? How do I want to show up? Am I happy? Do I have appreciation for the things around me? Do I have appreciation for what's going on in my life? Or am I just complaining and griping and moaning about all the bad stuff? Define who you want to be on your best day. And then get out of your own shoes. Think about yourself and how others see you. Am I the person that people are excited to have me show up? Am I the person that people want to engage with and talk to? Or am I the one that they try to avoid because they know that I'm just going to piss in their pool? I mean, seriously, hold yourself accountable. Really think about this. Think about how you show up. Now, when you think back to that, what do I look like on my best day? Do you then believe that you can become that person? Do you genuinely believe that you can fix the bad habits, unscrew your head, fix yourself, and put on a positive attitude? Can you embrace that? If you can't believe that you can get there, you're going to have a long, long journey in front of you that's full of battles. So start writing it down. Write down who it is that you want to be. Start writing down what your goals are. Write down how you want to show up. Write down how you want others to see you. Maybe you just start asking the people around you, hey, am I a really good friend? Am I showing up the way that you need me to show up? How's my attitude? And if they tell you something like, no, you're amazing, like, it's great, it's fine, cool. But be ready for it, because you're going to have some of those in your circle, because trust me, I have them. Not just others in my circle, but I turn into that person from time to time. I'll complain about the thing. What are you going to do about it? Go fix it. Fix your attitude. Fix yourself. Check yourself first. Read good books. Listen to a lot of podcasts. Hopefully this one. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with positivity. And watch your attitude change. You also have to give yourself a break. You have to have grace for yourself. Trust me, I am harder on myself than anyone ever has been or ever will be. And I'll be the first one to tell you that I don't always give myself grace. I need to be better. You need to be better. You also need to be patient. You're not a light switch. The chances that you're just going to unwind your life overnight are slim to none. Highly unlikely. You might be the exception to the rule, but this process takes time. You might have some emotional trauma, some things from your childhood. Be graceful to yourself. This is going to take time. Be patient. Trust me, patience and grace is going to go a long way. But I want you to think about this. I believe in you. I believe that you can become that best version of yourself. I believe that when you do, you're going to influence those around you. Your family, your friends, your social circle, your work environment, your church, whatever it may be. I believe that you can become that best version of yourself. And know this, I'm here to help. I sincerely hope that you found today's episode to be both insightful and informative at the same time. Thank you, my friends. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now go have an amazing day and be amazing for someone else. God bless. Please follow on Spotify, like and follow, subscribe to all my socials. Please share this podcast with your friends. And above all, I appreciate you. This is No Singular Solutions.